The Curse of Cathy and Van. A story of damnation and demonic possession with a shocking final twist. Van and Cathy had been married for 10 years, but they had grown apart. She was working long hours to make ends meet while he was struggling to find direction in his life. It was a difficult period for them. One day, Van was out walking in the woods and noticed something strange. He couldn't quite figure out what it was, but something felt off. He felt as though he were being watched, like something was stalking him. He decided to ignore his feelings and keep walking, eventually coming to a clearing. In the center of the clearing was a circle of stones, and in the center of the circle was a figure made out of wood. As he walked closer to the figure, he felt an eerie presence around him, like something was watching him. He walked closer to the figure and noticed that it was actually human-shaped, with a face carved into its head. He reached out to touch the figure and suddenly felt a chill run down his spine. He could feel a presence in the woods, like something was lurking in the shadows, waiting for him. Van was terrified, but he decided he must be imagining it, so he walked away quickly. However, as he walked further away, he felt an overwhelming sense of dread. It was as though something was following him, waiting for him to make a mistake. When he eventually returned home, he told Cathy about his experience in the woods. She was skeptical at first, but Van was adamant that there was something in the woods, something sinister and powerful. Cathy scoffed at her husband's fear, telling him that it was probably his imagination. Van tried to explain the feeling he had gotten when he touched the figure, but Cathy dismissed him. She told him that he was just nervous from being alone in the forest. That night, Van and Cathy were jarred awake by a loud banging at their door. Van went to answer it and was shocked to see a figure standing outside. It was the same figure he had seen in the woods. The figure spoke with a gruff voice, "Greetings, Van. I've come to tell you that the woods are haunted by demons. I want you and your wife to leave this place and never return. Do as I say or face the consequences." Van and Cathy were so scared that they immediately packed up their things and ran to the nearest town. For weeks, Van was haunted by nightmares of demons coming to get him and Cathy. He found himself looking over his shoulder everywhere he went, expecting to see the figure he had seen in the woods. Eventually, Van and Cathy decided to move away, leaving the forest and all of its secrets behind. They had been living in their new home for a few months when Van came home from work one day to find Cathy lying on the floor in a pool of blood. She had been brutally murdered by someone or something, her body mutilated beyond recognition. Van was filled with immense sadness and anger, knowing that the demons had come for them, as the figure had warned. He spent the rest of his days consumed with rage, vowing to seek vengeance against the demons. He traveled back to the same forest and entered the circle of stones. He waited in silent anticipation, knowing that the demons would eventually come for him. Suddenly, the figure he had seen in the woods appeared in the center of the circle. It was the leader of the demons, a powerful entity with the power to control the other demons. Van stepped forward and prepared to face the demon. He shouted at it and warned it to never harm anyone else again. The demon laughed and told him that it would not be so easily defeated. Van then realized that he had made a horrible mistake. As he prepared to fight the demon, he noticed that there were hundreds of other demons gathering around the circle. He was surrounded, with no chance of escape. The demon slowly advanced towards Van, and he quickly realized that he was about to make the ultimate sacrifice for the safety of others. He shouted one last warning at the demon and then charged towards it, bravely fighting against the demons until his last breath. Van's body was never found, and it is believed that he was taken by the demons back to the Circle of Stones, never to be seen again. Cathy's death still haunts Van's family and friends to this day and serves as a reminder that evil is always out there, waiting to strike. Van's courage and bravery will never be forgotten, and his story is one that will never be forgotten. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and tell us what you think in the comments. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.